I'm not smart. I spent all my money and went broke learning about one thing to make mead. That's all. It's the only thing I know how to do. Now I know how to do it right, so now I'm not real smart because I have mead. So that was my whole deal. All right, so we'll go get started. I got everything going. I got the live feeds going, so we'll go ahead and start. Thanks for coming. I'm Michael Jordan, the Bee Whisperer of a bee-friendly company here in Cheyenne, Wyoming. And I've developed a program that teaches beekeeping in a way that inspires kids to want to get into entomology and into becoming apiary inspectors, because we need more apiary inspectors. As time is going, more money for agriculture is going to be spent because we're not going to be shipping in food as much as we have been. So this is a bigger deal. The program is made for Langstroth beekeeping. I talk about a module called M3 beekeeping, and that's what we use here at the school. That's medium 3-hive box. That means we're using 3 brood boxes, and we're going 3 deep with them. The deep box, 2 of them tall, with 3 deeps. But when I go to downsize, I can get smaller than the 2 boxes put together with 1 box, and I can always save my bees for winterization. So that's something that we go through as we go through this class more. You'll see us flip that sheet over, and it goes in through a budget, and it goes through a lot of other things. So come on in and have a seat.
Hi.
How you doing? It's good seeing you, man.
Yeah, I can see you.
Yeah. Oh, it's okay, man. We're pretty laid back here. So this is the introduction to keeping bees. It's to open your mind of like what you're going to learn as a beekeeper and the thoughts that you have to have, because it's agriculture. It is a form of animal husbandry. It's not like keeping kittens, right? Kittens are pretty if you keep in the house and keep them fed and change the litter box, they do pretty good. You get them shots, they got a vet. Beekeeping, we don't have vets. A lot of states are introducing that you're going to have a vet help you do your inoculations and put pesticide strips and stuff in if you're doing mite control. And vets are, I'm a vet, man. I don't know nothing about entomology. I don't know nothing about no bug. We kill them, right? When I got bugs in cattle, we kill them, right? And I've got a bug, and I'm trying to control it with bugs. And we go over stuff over the period of time how to control those things. This program is to shoot a whole bunch of broad topics for you. So let me see if I can get the next slide here. I'm not the technological wizard. Good morning. It's not morning. Sorry. Yeah. Good morning. Right, that's always good. Yeah. Right.
The mouse on your arrow there,
The mouse on the arrow.
it'll advance the slide. Can you get the mouse on that arrow up? Oh, you don't have a mouse.
It's too
There's
complicated.
your mouse. Now go up and push on the next button. You see the arrows on the right-hand side? Oh, it's that right there.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
Oh, see, technological wizard. Beekeeper, IT.
Yeah, we need to know her.
Yeah, my IT
I'm not
is.
IT. I just
Did
know
you
that.
unplug it? Did you plug it back in? That's about all I got for you. So, if you want to right here, this is how you can get a hold of me. If you have questions, best thing for any kind of questions that you have in beekeeping, take a photo. Tell me things in your journal that you're seeing that makes you want to think to change, and then ask your question. If I don't have the photos and I don't have like your journal logs of why you think you have a problem, I can't help you. Right? So that's the best way. Journal, photo, and then dim your problem. If I can't see it and see where you're seeing the problem, I don't even know what I'm looking at, man, because there's 1,000 little bees on that frame, and if I don't see mites on them, I don't know what I'm really looking at. So that's the best thing, yeah? Were you going to ask something? Okay. So we'll try this. Oh, those are dates of programs. No. Oh, see. That's why I'm not allowed to do stuff. BDC, what's this one say? Oh, no.
Can you go up
Oh,
to
right
the
here.
forward arrow?
There we go. Oh, my God. What's this do? Do we do like this?
Just click the next one.
That worked earlier, now I'm all messed up. Let's see if we do this.
That's-
Now you're not on the internet anymore, right? So you should be good. There you go.
Oh, where'd it go? Oh, okay. IT, everybody.
That's right.
IT, right? This is what we need. Okay. Hopefully, everybody that's seeing is kind of staying on. We're trying to get to the PowerPoint. I've never done this part before. Except I usually have a guy that comes and does this part for me. 90% uploading. Man, my beekeeping's way better than.
Just X, there's up in the upper right.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. So in beekeeping, I think some of the things that people need to learn, we're talking about the history of beekeeping and where it comes from. This picture depicts a lot of things I don't think people really see about beekeeping, everything from the bears. But the one thing I want you to see is the guy here up in the tree. That's where beekeeping started, believe it or not. That's where most bees are found, anywhere from 20 to 40 feet in the air, typically, and in their little holes in trees. Now they get into cave caverns and stuff, but as history, this is where beekeeping started. And this, if you really look, there's a hole cut in the tree here, and then you had a box. And this was a photo that was shown to me many, many years ago. And what he was doing, this was the first trapping and harvesting and working of the bees in the field. As they cut out where the bees were, they would work with the bees in here, separating them out and pulling out or making it smaller for them. And as the bees would try to swarm, they would move that stuff over into this hive box. The bees would travel through the hive box into the tree, and they'd make their own swarms of separation and then move them to different locations in the tree. And that's how they first started moving them out of the trees without killing them. Because most of the time they would find the bees in the trees and they stuffed them in a pot, and they stuck them in a wall, and that was like way back in the Egyptian times. They'd have a big wall of them. One thing that you really should look into in beekeeping is your history and where it comes from. This is way too. You can look it up in Wikipedia. Beekeeping even goes way back before Christ, 2422. Antiquities, cave drawings, cavemen, honey. Beekeeping is $1 billion industry now for people that do bees. We did bees, and when I did it, I finally was able to pay back my investment, and I stepped out because it was a lot of work. I bet you if I did it long enough, I'd be $1 billion industry guy myself, but it's a lot of work. And with the way the bees were declining at the time, it was going to be even, it just seemed to me, it was, man, I'm going to just be dumping money to keep my bees in the operation to pollinate crops. From where we started, 15,000 years ago,